After my last video, some people have asked me to talk about rear video projection. It's pretty cool if you're gigging out for a couple of reasons. Number one, you don't have anything in front of your screen like projectors and cables and stuff like that, so dancers aren't going to trip, nobody's going to jack up your expensive projectors and stuff. Two, you don't get any shadows from anybody walking past. If anybody walks past this, it's kind of like walking past a big television set. So you're not going to get people doing, shadow puppets and stuff like that. So it's cool to do if you have the space for it. You do need a little bit of space for it. But let's go ahead and cover some basics for those of you who are totally in the dark with this. Now, first of all, let me just say that I'm no expert. I'm just somebody who does it, has done it, and will be doing it in the future. Check it out. First, a quick look at our screen. This is a Lycra screen. It's a GT screen from Global Trust. It fits in this little bag when it all breaks down. It's a series of bungee cords and of course the Lycra screen. Now this screen can be used for front or rear projection. We're using it for rear projection today. It could be used for a lot of other things. You can do shadow dancing behind here if you have a bright light source behind you. Maybe a big Par 64 LED kind of fixture shining on here. People can come back here, dance, and people out front in the audience can see that happening. You can shine lasers on here, gobos, whatever you want. We're just using it for video projection today. It could be a cool background. Sometimes we have bad backgrounds when we're DJing. Like, I don't know, we want to do some uplighting behind us, but it's all glass walls or something. There's nothing really pretty to look at. You can set something like this up behind you and give yourself a backdrop. I built this frame out of Global Truss's single tube 2-inch trussing. I used couplers and all kinds of neat stuff to put this together, base plates. But I want to emphasize something. You do not have to use this. You can use the cheapest $100 10-foot overhead trussing with tripods you can buy if you want to. It doesn't matter. This is just what I use today. So you can get into this pretty inexpensive. Today, because we're doing video, we're going to use a video projector. This one is a Toshiba. It's either a 22 or a 2400 lumen. I don't remember. It's a DLP machine. They're still pretty popular. And I don't know a lot about these. This machine is probably about 6 years old. What I can tell you is, when you're looking at these, be sure that you get something that's high res. They've got them out there for 200 bucks, but they're real low resolution. This is a big picture you're projecting, a big image. You don't want it all pixelized. The other thing is, make sure the bulb replacement is reasonably priced. If you buy a projector for a couple $100 bucks and the bulb is $600 to replace, it's not a good value. So be sure to check into your bulb replacement. And of course, we're going to be using a laptop today with Virtual DJ. Now my computer and my projector are getting hooked together today with one of these, an SVGA cable. Remember these? Now I know a lot of the new projectors have HDMI, as do the new laptops. My laptop has it, my projector does not. However, I will say that I've been told by people much wiser than me that sometimes when you do long HDMI runs, or you have to do multiple runs with HDMI, you can have problems. And you don't need to run audio, because you've got audio coming out of your DJ speakers, so HDMI is a bit redundant. This is going to give you a much cleaner signal, especially if you're splitting it. Again, somebody much wiser than me told me this, and I'm going to go with it. Alright, that image is pretty crooked. That is definitely not right. We need to do something like this. And I need to put something under the corner of the projector because my surface is uneven. So I'm going to use some of Blanca's nail polish back here on the corner foot of the projector just to bring it up a little bit and see if that helps us out. That's pretty good right there. Now, seeing how we're working with the back of the screen right now, notice that it says no signal up in the upper left-hand corner. That's fine, except it's going to be backwards to the audience. So what you need to do is flip this image around. Now on my particular projector, I just go into the menu and I go to, let's see, projector mode. Oh look, we flipped it around backwards to our eye right now, but it's going to be forward to the eyes of the audience. Alright, let's talk about distance between the screen and the projector. Today I had to go about 8.5 feet. And I could have gone closer, but my image would have been smaller. We're looking at about a 6.5 to 7 foot diagonal image right now, which isn't too bad. So whenever you're doing this, you got to make sure you've got the space for it. You're probably best to set up in a corner. Alright, we hooked up the VGA cable and we have video through Virtual DJ. There are some settings that need to be done. and I'll show you that in another video sometime. Now, my projector, a couple things. When I hooked up the VGA cable initially yesterday, I didn't have any red. I thought my projector was messed up. Turns out my cable was messed up. So always check your VGA cables. Sometimes they go bad. Replace them if you need to. It's not always your projector. The other thing is, the positioning of my projector is not ideal. It's pretty low, and that could be a problem with rear projection. Let me show you why. Now everything's looking pretty good. Notice our words are right side up and all, but then once we step in front of it, we got a bright spot. What is that? That's the projector bulb itself. Here's how you avoid that, and I'm going to set this up one of these days, just not today. You can build a platform for your projector and get it up in the air. There are settings on most projectors where you can shoot from up in the air without distorting your picture. That's the way to do it. That way you don't have that hot spot on your screen. So there's a quick overview for you on rear projection with a video projector. Again, not an expert, just sharing what I know, which is what I always try to do on this channel. We learn as we go. Soon, this will go out on the road. I will make some changes. I will get that projector up in the air to get rid of that hot spot, which really bugs me. But yeah, again, you can use this as a front projector. You don't have to use it as a rear. You can use it for a backdrop. You can use it for shining your lights off of, shadow dancing, all kinds of stuff. But for those of you who are interested in rear video projection, that's what I got on that. So if you have any questions, let me know in the comment section. If I can't answer them, someone in the know hopefully can. So there you go, practice and enjoy.